last week we talked about man-in-the-middle attack using ARP. But today we are going to look at a very good tool to do that for man-in-the-middle attack. So, and the name is Bettercap. I know most of us have been maybe used to this particular tool. So, but today we are going to use it differently. The first thing that we need to do is that we navigate to our terminal. As we all know, our Windows virtual machine is our victim or target. So I'm going to open that. At this time now, I think all of us are supposed to have installed this particular machine, which is our target machine. So we are also going to put up our Kali machine. So for those that are just joining us, I said last week we talked about man-in-the-middle attack using ARP spoof. But today we are going to use another tool called Bettercap. So just a recap of what we did last week. So we talked about how an hacker intercepts a connection, a request between the internet access points and the victim. As you can see from this particular diagram, from this diagram, this is our hacker here, this is the hacker, and this is the victim or target. So in this case now, we are going to use our window machine as our victim, and we are using our Kali as the hacker. So, and these are our access points here. This is the internet. Normally, when this victim is trying to access internet, of course, the request will pass through the access point, which is also our gateway, so through the internet, and from internet back to the access point, from access point then the response to the victim. But in case of man-in-the-middle attack, the reverse is the case, in the sense that this man-in-the-middle, every request that this victim is trying to make, it will first go to this route to this particular hacker, then from this hacker to the access point, then from access point to the internet and back to the access point, then from access point back to the hacker, then to the victim machine. So that's just a recap of what we did last week. So now today we are going to use another tool called Bettercap here. I'm going to open my terminal. So I open my terminal here. We need to do some stuff before we can proceed with the Bettercap. You know, if you are here to install it at all, maybe you just want to work on it. First thing, if you want to install any package or any application or software on your Kali machine, first thing that you need to do is to make sure that you update the package by using this command, that is apt then get update. So you do this one first to update your package, because we are trying to install the Bettercap. As you can see now, your own response might be a little bit different from this one. I got this one because I've done this one severally on this particular machine. But if you are just trying to do this, of course, it's going to ask you maybe to proceed or not, in which you are going to press yes. So now, after this particular one, what you need to do next is to install the Bettercap itself. So what you need, the command is just apt then get install then Bettercap, as you can see. Then you click OK. So you use this particular one to do that. As you can see, we are done with this one as well. So now the next thing to do now is to start the Bettercap. So if you want to start the Bettercap, of course, you can start it in different ways. It's either you type the name. If you want to start it, just type Bettercap. But here we are going to start it to work against our terminal, against our interface. What is our interface? Let's check our interface so understand what I'm trying to talk about. So I'm going to split my screen right here, then just IP here, or you type it if config, just for you to be able to see your interface. So this is the interface we are using. So I don't want to use my external network adapter, because I discovered that a lot of us are yet to get it. So that's why I'm using this particular one, since we can use this one without external adapter. So this is our interface here, ETA0. So now we are going to open the Bettercap on this particular adapter, this ETA0. What we just need to do is just use this command. So just say Bettercap -iface, then ETA0. So the meaning of this command is simple. That is, we already know what we are using Bettercap for. Then iface, which is simply interface of what we are running this particular connection against, which is our ETA0 interface. So we hit enter. It's up. Just forget this particular error message. So this error, this WFTF capless spoof, or this spoof.cap, not found. It's because I'll be using this for a project. So I was trying to do an automated one that will just write the whole script that I'm using, call it from this terminal, which is why we are getting this error, and it doesn't affect anything here at all. So now we can proceed with what we are doing by using keying in some terminal, because we need to understand it very well. So what we need to do first now, just type help. As you can see from this place, from this particular place, type help for a list of command. If you want to see more command here, you need to type help so you know what to do next. Just forget, even though if you know it very well, it doesn't matter. Just type help so you will know a lot of functionality and modules that we are going to work with. So I just type help here, then hit enter. As you can see now, we have a lot of modules and function in this particular Bettercap while after typing help. This will explain everything that we want to do here. Of course, we have help module, that is list available command, or show module specific help if no module name is provided, as you can see here. So we have a lot of things that we can do here. So these are the one of the modules that we are going to work with. So we have any.proxy here not running, so we have to make sure that some of these particular modules are running, so we'll be able to do what we want to do. To work with this module, you still need to do a lot of pretty cool things here. So one of these things is if, for example, now let's assume that we want to make use of this particular any.proxy. What you just need to do is maybe just type here. Let's assume that you don't know what the any.proxy you can be used for. Just type help here, then space any.proxy. You hit enter. So as you can see now, you will understand that you have some help here, that is what you can use them for. Any.proxy, as you can see, is not running at the moment, and what we use it for is a firewall redirection to any custom proxy. As you can see, to use this, of course, you have to start it. You can start this any.proxy by keying on your terminal any.proxy on. You want to start it, and if you want to off it, of course, you use any.proxy, as you can see here. So and here are the other parameters that you can modify and use. So when we get to this stage, of course, we are going to modify and show you how to use all these other parameters here. This Bettercap is very okay, very okay for man-in-the-middle attack. If you want to know how to use all this particular module here, of course, what you just need to do is just type it as it is here. But if you want to know what you can use them for and what they can use them for, what you just need to do is that you just type help, then followed by the module that you want to know more about. So that's how to do that. But right now, as you can see here, what is running here now is only our inventor stream. Of course, what this inventor stream does is that capture everything we are doing here, record everything we are doing on this particular terminal. So that's just about that. So that's how to use help.get to do whatever you want to do. So what we are going to put on now here is first thing we need to put our next.probe on, which is this particular one, this module here. So we are going to put it on, because what we use it for, we use it to discover device on the same network. That's what we use this net.probe to do. This discover the devices on the same network. Now, since what you just need to do is just key in the name just as it is there, then next.probe, so you key enter. So that one is running. Since we again no any error feedback, so that is going. So you can see now it's telling us that unknown or valid syntax net.probe. So now what we want to do is that I want to put it on, maybe just because I just type it, that's why we got this response. So now to do that, you just do next dot then space on. It's going to work in this way. Then you put on here. Okay, yeah, started running. So this will discover all the endpoints on this particular network. That's the work. As you can see, it's already scanning. If we check this particular one again, let's type help again and see the number of modules that are already running. So we just type help, pause, you key enter. So as you can see now, since we put on net.proof, of course, it's already on, and net.recon already is running as well, as you can see. So at the moment now, we have 3 modules running, as you can see here. So that's how to put any module on. And if you want to know it, just like I said, just help then space net.probe if you want to use what net.probe is being used for. For example, let's check what we are using this net.recon for. So what we just need to do is just type help, then space net.recon, then you enter. As you can see here, this is what we use the next recon for. Read periodically the ARP caches in order to mirror for new hosts on the network. And these are the functionality, and we can also modify this parameter here as well. And I will show you how we can use this parameter before we end the training today. Let's proceed with what we are doing. So like I said, now that we are already scanning this particular what we have on our network, of course we can use net.show to know the display is better in a table. So what we just need to do is that just type net.show, then you key enter. As you can see now on this particular network, we have 3 devices on this particular network. We have device with this IP, and we have this one, and we have this one as well, as you can see here. Then this is the MAC address for these devices. Name for these endpoints, of course, each is 0 gateway and Microsoft does this and that. This particular one, as you can see here, can simply be our window machine, that is this virtual machine here. Let's check the IP here. So I'm already in my window virtual machine, that is our target machine. Let's check the IP for this particular machine. So I'm going to put this terminal on. So I key in IP config here, show our gateway and our IP. As you can see, this is our IP for this particular machine, that is 172.168.200.21. So let's confirm. As you can see, the same with this one. So this is one of the way if you want to check any IP for any endpoints. This is the way you should follow, one of the ways that you can do that. So now, what next now that we need to do is that since we know we have already gotten the IP that we are going to use, and we also know the MAC address and everything here, so your own choice is to choose particular target that you are going to attack. This particular one, we already know the device that this particular IP belongs to, which is our virtual machine, window virtual machine. So that's why we are going to use this particular one for what we are going to do. Let's try DLP attack using Bettercap to intercept, read username and password. So that's what we just want to do. That's the main reason for this particular one. To do that, we need to do a lot of pretty cool things, like we want to make sure that we want to enable IP forwarding on Kali, so our network for this machine won't be breaking, this particular one. So we want to do IP forwarding, and after the IP forwarding, of course, we want to also ensure that Kali is not blocking the UDP ports 53, just like the way we did it last week. Let's go back to our terminal. That's why I split my terminal here. So what we just need to do is that we want to enable IP forwarding on your Kali machine. What you need to do is that just type echo. Okay, it's saving pop up. So this particular command, you type it, you key enter. Then the next command, so that port 23 UDP port 23 will be open. So we need to open it. So to open that one, you need to do just sudo then IP table, as you can see here. Then you key enter. So now let's go back to this particular Bettercap terminal here at the top here. So of course, we already put in our net.probe, which is on, and our net.recon is on, and we also know how to use net.show to display our IP and divide the endpoints, both the mark and everything on our in a table format. So we already know that. So now what we need to do next is to make sure that we put on our ARP.spoof. So ARP.spoof, let's just check help again. So after this help again, of course, the module is here. This is what we want to put on next, ARP.spoof here. So now, if you want to know what ARP.spoof is being used for, what you just need to do, just like we will be doing it, just help then space ARP.spoof, then you key enter. As you can see here, we have a lot of things that we can use it for. So now, as you can see here, keep spoofing selected host on the network. As you can see, this is what is being used for, and these are the functionality that you can do. That is, if you want to put it on, ARP.spoof on. If you want to put it on, then off. Then if you want to ban, maybe you want to start ARP spoofing in a ban mode, of course, you can use this. You can do it. You can try this one on your device, maybe after this training. So now we want to put ARP.spoof on. So just type here ARP, then .spoof, then space on. So I think it's on now. To confirm that, all you just need to do is just you will notice that this Bettercap is very, very simple, as you can see. So here now, this is it. It's already running. So we want to set both ARP.spoof. Let me just do it like this. arp.spoof, so you can understand what I want to do. So as you can see now, like I said here earlier, I said I will walk you guys through how to use this parameter here. So now we want to make use of this arp.spoof.duplex here. This is the meaning of this particular one. If true, both the target and the gateway will be attacked. Otherwise, only the target. So now, let me just a little bit deviate a little bit from this particular training and explain to you what full duplex, simplex, and half duplex in networking. So in a simple networking, of course, we have what is called duplex, half duplex, and all those stuff. So let me just quickly explain so we can get it better. So when it comes to duplex, we have three types of duplex. We have simplex. Let me go here so I can type it so you can see. I'm sorry for deviating, but I want you guys to understand. So like I said we have a stereotype. In networking, we have three types of duplex. So the first one is simplex, that is simplex like this. Simplex, and this one is one way, that is one-way communication only. Data flow in only one direction, like this, not backward, not back at the same time. So device, for example, now let's say we have device A. This one is not even walkie-talkie. So let me just this one example of this simplex duplex is traditional TV broadcast, your TV at home. So that's one of the example of this simplex one. So for example now, data flow from this particular one. Let's say this is our TV station and this is the target, this is our TV. So data flow from this one, but there is no flowing back at the same time. So this is our A. It can flow from this hacker to the victim, but not from this victim to the hacker. That's the meaning of simplest one. That is example, pretty example, like I said, like we said, is TV broadcast. That is, you receive signal, but you don't send any at all. You can only receive signal, but you don't send. Then we also have the second one is half duplex. So we have half duplex like this. So this half duplex one is just, let me just define it, it's two-way communication, but not at the same time. It's just like one device send while the other waits. You send and you wait for a response. So like just the person that said walkie-talkie. So example of this half duplex is walkie-talkie. That's the example of half duplex. And for example, in networking, the example of this in networking is legacy internet hub. That is your Ethernet cable hubs. So it's a sample of half duplex. So the other one that we have is the third one is full duplex, in which we are going to use now in this our Bettercap training. So now is this like this full duplex. So this is the third one. So now in this particular one, there is two-way simultaneous communication. That is, you talk and you receive. You send signal and you receive signal at the same time. Both devices can send and receive at the same time. So example of this one is this our normal communication. What we are doing now is example of it, that is phone communication. On phone call, of course, you can talk and the other can respond immediately. That's the meaning of full duplex. So in our networking, of course, duplex in wireless networking. So in networking, we see what we have now is just half duplex. But a lot of things, a lot of research is ongoing to make it to be like full duplex. For example of this one is Wi-Fi standard, which is Wi-Fi 6, are pushing toward more efficient for full duplex like performance. So that's just about that. But in this particular training, in terms of networking, full duplex means communication can happen simultaneously in both directions, like phone call and others. That's just about that. Then in this case, which is in Bettercap, we are working in Bettercap, so we have to define it in terms of Bettercap. So it will pull both directions, that is from this to this and from this to this. So that's the meaning of full duplex that we are working with in this particular case. So now, like I said here, let's just go back again. Help delt then arp dot spoof. This is what we are going to use, this particular one here. So that's what we are going to use now. So since we already put our this thing on, so what we just need to do is I want to set, you can copy this particular one, you can copy it, then I copy that. What you just need to add to it is, if you want to make use of any of them, is just set, put set, then space, paste what you put. Then the next thing now, you just set it to true. That's all. So as you can see here, is very pretty simple. As you can see here, ARP does spoof does duplex, full duplex. This the meaning is that if true, as you can see, it's a conditional statement. If true, both the targets and the gateway will be hacked, as you can see. That means simultaneously at the same time, both the targets and the gateway as you can see, can be hacked. So that's it. So what you just need to, if you want to set any of these parameters here, what you just need to do is that you put set space ARP dot spoof dot full duplex, then you set it maybe true or not. Then we are going to use this particular one. Then we are going to use this particular one as well, which is ARP dot spoof dot target, as you can see here. So we are setting both. Since we already do this one, what we just need to do is just enter here. So since it's not giving any error, that means we are able to succeed with that. So now the next thing to do now is we want to set the target, that is input the value. In the case of this particular IP here, our victim, we want to set the target. So to set the target here, of course, what we just need to do is that we copy this one as well. You can copy, you can type, depend on you what you want to do. So you copy that. Once you copy that, what you just need to do is that you just make sure that you set it. So we already turn on, like set this particular one as true. So the next thing now is just to set our target as well. That is set, then space, you paste this, then you give space again, this one that we need, you copy, then you set the target. Then here in the front here, you set the target IP here. Our target IP is this our Windows machine. So now our target I think is 172, then dots. Okay, this is it. 172.31.200.21. So let's confirm the IP again. 200 dots this. That means we are fine. So now, since we already set the target here now, so what we just need to do is that we click enter here. So since we got no error as feedback, that means this is successful. So now we already set this and we already set the target. So now we already put the value. Our value is this particular one, this IP, this particular IP. You can use a lot of things, because someone asked me this particular question on the WhatsApp community group. Without this, how can we get these targets, this particular one, this IP? Let's assume that you are not connected to this particular, you are not on the same network with this one, or maybe you are on the same network, but you don't have access to this particular machine. Of course, there are a lot of ways we can do that. We can do this using many ways, a lot of ways. So you can use Nmap to scan this particular any device that's connected to the same network you are in. You can use Nmap. Of course, Nmap, the feature of Nmap will ping also the port, open port and everything. You'll be able to scan the port as well. Then you can use ARP scan. ARP scan, of course, you can do that as well for you if you want to get that. We have fping as well. Fping can also do that. So you understand, all these ones can, a lot of tools can be used to do that. But we have some based on features, and if I want to recommend, for example, now you can't just be using all these ones anyhow without knowing what you want to achieve. That's the main thing. I will send the list of a lot of things that we can use to scan victim machine or network in the same network that you are working in. So now, for example, now let's assume that you want to scan a LAN, that is local area network. You want to scan it. Of course, you use ARP scan because that one is fast. The scanning process is very fast. When you use ARP scan, it's very fast. Then let's assume that you want to carry out a very deep scan with services info. You want to carry a very deep scan with information about the scan. Of course, you use Nmap for that. Then we have what is called mass scan. That mass scan also is I use it a lot, because that mass scan you can use to scan a very big IP, a lot of IP ranges that is very far. You can use it to scan it. So, and it's externally. So that's the beauty of mass scan. We have a lot of them. We have Wireshark, we have Bettercap. Bettercap is only used for, it's good for passive state recon. So it's good for that. And this one, we have Angry IP scanner. That one you can use a GUI scanning. You can use that one for easy GUI scanning, of course, without coming to the terminal. You can use Angry IP scanner to do that. And for this man-in-the-middle attack, the best one to use is this particular Bettercap that we are using. So that's why we are using the Bettercap. So we have different tools scan for different purpose. That's what you have to have in mind. Don't just be using Wireshark for every scan that you want to carry out if you don't want to waste your time. That's how that one, what I want you to understand about that. So now, since we already do that and we already set our IP, the target IP. Let's go back to here. We already set the target IP here. Our gateway, everything is already been set now. Then we already put on our ARP spoof is on. That is, let's check again. Let's just type help. If you want to check something, help. Then this next probe is on. Next recon is on. Then we have ARP spoof is on. So now, what left now that is yet to be running is this sniff. This particular one that we are still going to put on. I'm coming net.sniff here. This one, we are still going to put that one on because it's the one that will capture the login and everything that we are going to be doing later on. That's just about that. What you need to understand about net.probe, net.recon, event stream, ARP, and many other modules here. And how to set a particular parameter. I believe that we can do that one now. The next thing to do now is that we already assigned the MAC address. We can now go here and confirm. Let's just confirm this, what is going on here. That is ARP, then -A. So now it's very pretty simple here. You will notice that this is our gateway here, this is the gateway here, and this is the MAC address. When you look at this table very well, you will discover that a single MAC address appear from a two IP here. That is 171717, which is the same thing. BEBA, this particular one, these two, this one and this one, assigned to this IP here, which is our gateway 17.31.192.1, and also assigned to this particular machine here, which is 172.31.204.192. So what I want you to understand here is that this 172.31.192 is our target gateway. I want you to understand that this is our target gateway. That is this particular window virtual machine. This is our target gateway. And also what I want you to understand is that this is our Kali machine IP here. As you can see here, that is, we are already in the man in the middle. That is, anything going to this access point, which is this particular one, we will intercept. Now, anything coming from it, we will intercept. So let's confirm now and see which machine this particular IP belongs to. You know, I said it belongs to our Kali machine. So now, let's go back to our Kali machine. Let's use this particular one, of course. We can come here, drag it here. We can use, wait, let me just key in IPA again so you can see it's already there, but I want you to see as well. So as you can see here, this is the IP 172.31.204.129. As you can see, this particular one, this is our IP, this is our Kali machine IP, that belong to this ECA0 here. As you can see here as well, as you can see, this is it. So now, it's now between the access point. It can communicate to this machine and to the access point. What we are trying to do here is that, let me just go back to this presentation here. So what we are trying to do here is that this particular one, we think that this victim machine, we think is sending requests to this access point without it knowing that it's going to this hacker first before going to the access point. And when access point is trying to give a response to this machine, he will think he's responding to this particular victim machine directly. That is from here to here. Doesn't he know that he's going to this hacker first before coming back to this victim machine? So that's simply the meaning of man in the middle attack. So now let's now go back and try to access any website and check. Okay, I said we are going to put on our net.sniff. Let's see what they are using net.sniff for. Help net.sniff. So as you can see here, this is what we use net.sniff. Sniff package from the network, as you can see. Then net.sniff starts. Print sniffer session configuration and statistics and lots more. So if you want to make use of it now, all you just need to do is type net.sniff.on. So you just come here, then we type net.sniff, then on, then we hit enter. So I don't know if you understand what I did last so far. So we are trying to put on this net.sniff just for it to be able to capture anything we do on our target machine, this particular one. So now, just like we did last week, you want to access any website now and try to capture to state the password and the username. So what you just need to do is go to the machine. Since we already have this machine has already been hacked, so now what we just need to do is go to any website here. Let me just open my Firefox. So I'm in my victim machine now. So let's just put it on. So when you go back to even this place now, you will see that a lot of things, as you can see, there are a lot of things already going on here. So anything you do on that machine, you will see everything here. Let's just try to sign into any of these websites and see. So let's go here. I normally use this particular website because we'll be able to sign in, log in and see. That's VonWeb. That is vonweb.com, this particular website here. So if you want to do the testing instead of you using someone else's website, so you can use this one particular one to do that. So you just click on this login here. So let me just put my details. Let's just put Matthew. Then let the password password be whatever. I just leave the password here. Then you click login. So our Bettercap should have captured it now. So it only showed that we are on this. We are using Firefox here, but it's yet to capture what I just did now. So let me just go back. Let me sign out. So let me just try to sign in back again and check. And let me just put math. Just put this one. Let me just put anything. Then here, let's just put, going to call this man back. Then we sign in. So now let's just go back here. Okay, this is it. As you can see, this is the username I just used here. So all you just need to do is that just check this post login session because it's a post request. So that's how to use Bettercap. And we have a lot of things that we can use it for, a lot of things. I would just advise you guys to just check and try to practice it and check how to use it more. So thank you very much.